Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to my Summer 2014 update video. This is not so much an update, talking about my current projects and future projects. The main point of this video is going to focus on a major change I'm going to be implementing for my channel for the next months and possibly for all future months of my channel. So that is going to be the main point of this video, but I'll still talk about my current projects and some current events. And I'll talk about that stuff first just to get it out of the way. As far as current projects, I just finished Banjo Tooie on Wednesday. There will be a new project next week that will take the place of Banjo Tooie. I also have Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Super Smash Bros., and Advance Wars 2 The War Room. Those projects will continue as normal. For Advance Wars 2 The War Room, though, at some point, I'm going to stop uploading those again. And we'll focus on doing Smash Bros. 2 times a week as opposed to just one. But until I get to that point, it's just going to be one update for each. And I'll let you guys know when I reach that point where I'm going to stop uploading Advance Wars War Room so I can finish Smash Bros. A lot quicker. It's not going to be this weekend, it's not going to be the next weekend, but I will let you guys know when that happens. As for other stuff going on, as you guys know, this was E3 week. So there is a lot of stuff I have to talk about in regards to that. Stay tuned to my website for a post that I'll have about E3. And I'll also be involved in a few different podcasts as well. I'm not sure how many, but I will be at least in one of them. And when that time comes, I'll make sure to let you guys know where that podcast is, where you can watch it and listen to it. I'll talk about that and let you guys know on my Twitter and Facebook. And I'll also update the video description of this video, letting you guys know where they are as well. So you can come back and check this page if you don't have a Twitter or Facebook. But if you do, keep checking those very frequently. There are links to both of them in the video description, so you have no excuse to miss either of those. And finally, as far as SlimKirby Gaming is concerned, I'm still kind of doing my own little thing there. I will have Smite God Spotlights every now and then, and I have also started uploading some Mario Kart 8 videos as well. As other games come out, I'll start showing those and showing some other games as well, but for now, I'm keeping that channel pretty casual, so there's not really much I have to report on as far as that is concerned. But I think that actually covers all of my current projects, so I'm going to get right down to the meat of this video and the main thing I want to talk about. And this big thing is going to actually start happening when I upload my new project that starts next week. Because when you guys see that project, you're going to be not really confused, but you'll be very, very surprised, I'm pretty sure. Because it's a game that you guys would probably not expect me to cover in terms of content, and due to the fact that it's not actually a Nintendo game. Being on YouTube for almost 7 years now, I'll actually be celebrating my 7th year anniversary for this channel very, very soon. I have been doing a lot of Nintendo games. 97% of all of the games I've done on my channel have been Nintendo games, or at least on a Nintendo console in some way or another. And doing a game like this is a huge departure from the norm, at least for me. But it's something I'm actually really excited about doing as well, because when I pick games to do on my channel, I always pick games that I love. I rarely, if never, pick a game that I don't like doing. If I cover a game, there's usually, for some reason, a reason that I really like that game and want to showcase it for you guys. But for the longest time, I've played it pretty safe. Nintendo is a very, very safe company to go with. They have games that everybody loves, but not necessarily games that really take it to another level or take it outside the box. And I have some favorite games out there that, don't necessarily fit that range of Nintendo. And I want to showcase those games for you guys. I don't want this to be a strictly Nintendo channel like it has been. So I think that from now on, I'm actually going to make it a point to actually not cover just Nintendo. I want to cover some other stuff too. So Don't be surprised, like in the future, if I suddenly cover a Grand Theft Auto game, because honestly, Grand Theft Auto is probably one of my all-time favorite series out there, and you wouldn't actually get that vibe from me if you looked at all the projects I have on my channel. But, you know, I do love those games, and I'd like to share those games with you, so don't be surprised if at some point you'll see a Grand Theft Auto playthrough. That won't be the project that I'll start next week, but it will be a project that I would like to do for you guys at some point. And that's basically it. I want to start doing some other series that don't fit the whole genre of Nintendo, and just some other games I really love, and I want to showcase those for you guys. And I want to basically make it something where it's like at one given point in time, I'm doing, like, for instance, I'm doing a Nintendo game, and then I'm also doing a non-Nintendo game at the same point. I don't want to be at a point where I'm like doing all Nintendo at the same time, unless it gets to that point where I kind of have to. But for now, I don't think that's going to necessarily be a big thing, so I want to start making that a thing on my channel where, you know, I'm at least doing one thing that's not Nintendo with my core amount of projects. For the most part, though, I have 2 projects going at once and then a weekend project. So the weekend project is probably not going to be the non-Nintendo game, usually. But the weekday projects where I do kind of alternate, one will usually be a Nintendo game and the other one will not be a Nintendo game. So that's kind of what I want to get into doing. And I also want to get into doing games that are more recent. I've kind of already started doing that with New Super Mario Bros. U, but there's other games I want to do as well. In fact, I actually just finished for the first time Super Mario 3D World, and I really like that game, and I'd like to showcase that game for you guys as well. So you can also expect a playthrough of that game very, very soon as well, too. So that's kind of what I wanted to essentially announce with this update, that, you know, I am going to be doing some things that aren't Nintendo. I'm going to be doing some things that are more recent. But for the most part, I just want to have some more content for you guys. I'm not necessarily throwing the towel in with what I'm normally doing. I'm trying to expand the horizons of what I'm doing. Because when it all comes down to it, I'm playing the games I love for you guys, but I shouldn't be holding back. If there's a game I really love and I really want to showcase to you guys, I should just play it, and that's what I want to do for you guys. So that's what's going to happen starting next week. I hope you guys enjoy what I have in store for you guys. It's going to be very interesting, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun too. So I hope you guys stay with me and continue to enjoy what I have coming for you guys. Another thing I really want to address from my videos, especially as of late, is kind of what I've been doing in regards to my commentary style. Now, I'm not going to really change a whole bunch when it comes to this, but there is one thing I really want to address and kind of fix, because after examining some of my most recent videos, I seem to have kind of a player's guide syndrome, where I'm not so much commentating as like reading a player's guide. I'm not actually reading a player's guide by any means, but it's almost the way I come off, because I try to get my gameplay so perfect, and I try to explain every little thing that probably doesn't even need to be explained, and I just don't really think that's a good way to do videos like this. I feel like the videos should be more casual, and videos can be informative without being like that informative, where you're just like I said, almost reading off of a player's guide or something. So I kind of want to make some changes in regards to how I do my commentary. I don't really want to focus on doing every little thing in a game, because when I play games, I usually do that stuff anyway, and I really don't need to, like, explain every little thing I'm doing. I don't feel like I have to get every little thing that could possibly be gotten. It could just be a thing where it's like, hey, this is my playthrough, I'm going to show as much as I can, but if I don't show everything, that's not really the goal that I was aiming for. So it's going to be a little more on that casual style, where it's more like I'm playing the game with you guys as opposed to telling you guys how to play the game and what to do in the game. That's all I want to accomplish for that. For the most part, though, I'll still be aiming for like 100% in games where you can go for 100% and stuff like that. So I'm not planning on stopping that by any means. But just as far as the whole, like, being perfect on every little thing, I feel like that almost screws me over more than it actually is entertaining for you guys. Because if I don't do something perfect, then I kind of get angry, and that kind of just ruins the mood for everybody. And I don't know, I really want to change that, so expect that to be another change I'll start implementing in my videos. And finally, the last thing I want to address are some projects that I've kind of put on hiatus or on hold for now, and I officially want to address those projects and let you guys know what I'm going to do with them. First project is Dungeon of Elements, the showcase I had for that game. I am very, very close to the end of that game. I do want to show off the ending, and at some point I will get to that point. So I do plan on finishing that game. Once I finish that game, I'm going to call the showcase and say that it's over, and that's going to be that. Second project is the Terraria showcase. When I started the Terraria showcase, as you guys know, I wanted it to be a Let's Play. The Let's Play didn't really work out, so I decided to make it a showcase instead. And while the showcase has been somewhat successful and satisfying for me, it hasn't been in terms of a regularly updated project. Because I don't really play Terraria a whole lot. It's a game I really do love playing. It's a game that, when I do feel like playing, I actually really get into it, and I really start building stuff and get creative with what I can actually do in that game. But that's not going to happen all the time, so I kind of stopped uploading that on a regular basis. For a while I was updating it every other week, and now I'm not really updating it at all. And I'm going to kind of keep it that way until I'm ready to go back to it, but all of the suggestions I got from that project, they're still there. I'm not going to delete any suggestions. I still have them all saved in my file banks. And whenever I get back to that game, I'll have them so I can start building stuff. And when I make significant progress, I'm going to let you guys know and showcase it for you guys. So that project is not being canceled by any means. I'm just kind of taking a little break from it and coming back to it at a later date. The last thing I want to talk about is Pokemon Blue Kaizo, and I have a feeling that some of you guys will actually be kind of saddened and disappointed by this, but I think I'm actually going to terminate the Pokemon Blue Kaizo project. I'm not going to delete any of the videos. I'm not going to just pretend that it never happened. But as far as I'm concerned, I just haven't been having fun with that project. It's become less of a challenge and more of just a bother to play the game and actually get through it. I mean, it is difficult. It's supposed to be difficult. It's a Kaizo hack. But it just hasn't really been impressing me very much. And I've tried to record a few videos every now and then, but it just hasn't really been doing much for me. And it almost seems like more of a chore than an actual fun game to play. And when a game starts feeling like that, especially when you're not even at the halfway point yet, it almost seems like a good idea to not even bother and not try to force yourself through it, because it's just going to get even more annoying, it's going to get even more tedious, and I'm going to have even less fun with it. So I think it would honestly just be for the best if I stopped playing it. Like I said, I'm not going to delete any of the videos. I'm not going to get rid of it and pretend like it never happened. I just want to kind of stop it now before I get any further, and then I really, really, really start hating the game. But honestly, it was a good project for what it lasted. It's a decent game, a decent hack. Make sure you have the most recent version of the patch for the hack, because I feel like that also really kind of affects the enjoyment of the game. I was unfortunately playing an older version of the hack, so I didn't get to experience one of the more difficult parts of the game. But even then, even if I did have the patch, I feel like I wouldn't have as much fun either way. Like, the effects of the patch were purely aesthetic, so it's not like I really missed that much, even if I had it. It just would have created a more annoying experience, and it was almost for the best that I didn't have it. But I'll definitely put a link to where you can download it if you are interested in playing it and seeing the rest of the game. I may even put my save files there too if you want to actually play with the Pokemon that I had. But as far as that project is concerned, I'm just really not interested in going any further with it. I hope you guys understand, and hope you don't hate me too much for it. But, you know, I also want to start Pokemon Gold at some point during this year or the next year. And I don't want to have that still going on while I'm doing an actual Pokemon game project. So I feel like it'd be best just to cut my losses and not really worry about doing that, especially if I'm not enjoying it at all. So I think it would just be for the best. But yeah, as far as that's concerned, that's all I really want to talk about in regards to this video. If I decide to do anything else, I might test run it first on SlimKirby Gaming before I actually do it on my main channel. And by that I mean I might start doing some game reviews, some video game reviews, as in game reviews in video form. And I might want to do some retrospectives or something. Again, that's something I'll do like on my SlimKirby Gaming channel as opposed to my main channel. I want to keep my main channel strictly on the walkthrough / playthrough / LP format. And that's another thing. I don't think I'm actually going to use the Let's Play name in terms of my video titles anymore, but they will still essentially be Let's Plays. So I might still say Let's Play this game and Let's Play this game in my introductions and stuff like that, but as far as like the video titles, I'm probably not going to use the Let's Play name anymore. But those are just some small changes, really. Nothing really too big to get, like, oh my god, he's doing this about. But, you know, just some small little changes here. And all those changes I talked about earlier as well. Doing some non-Nintendo stuff, focusing on some newer games, and kind of changing the commentary style a little bit. So I hope you guys look forward to what I am going to offer you on my channel. I may have something special for you guys on my 7th year anniversary, but it's not going to be a clip show by any means. It'll be something else I kind of feel like showing you guys. But until then, this has been SlimKirby. This has been the summer 2014 update. See the video description if you want a refresher on everything I talked about. But until then, I will see you guys later. Later, folks. And Star Warriors. Have a good day.